All right, my friends, it's time to do a little Anomaly. I've been off on vacation if you didn't catch my video yesterday, so we're wrapping this up. By the time you see this, the event should be over. So I'm going to go through, we're going to knock out a couple of tasks here. You're going to hang out with me while we do that. I'm going to chat a little bit about this, talk about some impressions. I'm going to say this up front. My opinion isn't fully formed yet, mostly because I didn't play a whole lot of this. I did get the premium just because I wanted to see what we had access to and the differences. Premium for this feels pretty decent, to be honest with you. But of course, if you're paying for something, you hope that it's going to be pretty good. I don't know that you need to do this, but again, I've got to, I don't know. What is this asking me for? Why would I have this? It's one of those things where, like, if you want to do it, I don't know that the rewards, but we'll look at the reward track a little bit later here and see what we got going on. But first and foremost here, let's get this done. I do want to say that I kind of like how this is set up more so than maybe headhunting. Although I do like the fact that with headhunting you could get, and you knew, like, all of your tasks up front. That way you could just kind of go and knock them out in sequence if you wanted. I did kind of like that. I thought that was a good setup. This one's a little bit more interesting. It's kind of forcing you to head back to the base, which I'm not as thrilled about. However, I will say, like, that's a minor inconvenience at best, in my opinion. The requiring you to use certain weapons, I wish it was more melee focused, is the comment that I would make. The extra keys, I don't know that that's super worth it for VIP. Obviously, the rare keys are. Grab this. You've got the different rewards for this. I like the system for the different skulls, but again, that's not super different from what we saw before. Here's my issue is requiring things like the resonator. You know, free to play for guns in general. For guns in general, doesn't have a ton of access to this. Of course, depending on where you are in the game and all that kind of stuff. I just wish that, like, the first and second tier, like, that's a second tier boss that we're gonna go fight, and we need to run over here and grab a resonator. Now, we have a ton of these, and it is kind of cool. They give you one, like, up front, so that's okay. That's neat, I suppose. I just wish some of the tasks were melee weapon focused. I think that would be a nicer blend. I don't have any of that. Since we're here, let's talk about the reward track. Again, I haven't done a ton of this. What is my initial thoughts on the rewards? I think it's dumb that level 1's locked behind premium. I think it's... I don't know. It's all the good stuff's locked behind premium. Like, why is the last 3 levels locked behind premium? Why is this locked behind premium? You know? Like, they didn't... I just don't feel like they learned their... I don't feel like they learned their lesson the last time that they did this. Like, I really don't dislike this, like, currency or experience type of level up. I really don't. I think it's a pretty good system overall. And I could see every, like, to me, it should be every, like, 5th reward, or it should be every, like, 3rd or 4th reward, maybe 5th reward, but it should be a double reward if you have premium, and then the rest of it should just be regular items, right? Like, everything good here is locked with the exception of these 4 at level 21 weapon mod blueprints, which is good. I will admit this is pretty good. A level 2 rot is also pretty good. I know folks are going to complain about dogs and true friend and all that stuff, and I agree with you, trust me. However, being able to get one is nice. Puppies, I think, are one of the better things, and having a good true friend is a huge boost. So, like, I like that these are free, but everything else is kind of like, you don't need experience, you don't need be complex, which is very good, by the way. If you are early on, this is a great item. This really is a great item. The problem is, this event doesn't feel like it's set up for earlier players because of You don't really need the weapons. You really don't need the weapons. You're just losing out on some keys if you do it that way. However, obviously you want to try to do it with the weapons. I don't know. So I think there's a few tweaks to this. I can't say that it's necessarily better, but there are more rewards comparative to the last one. So I guess that's good. I will note this. Different locations is kind of cool. So a little bit of different scenery. That's neat. I do like that part of it. I will also say that, and I'm hoping we come across them, I have come across a couple of locations where I found, like actually found in some crates, some pretty good items. I should be paying a little bit more attention. And it typically happens with these locations that are not part of the normal map. So that part is neat, actually. I do like that the dog doesn't screw you up here. That's good. That at least makes me feel good. It's also a lot of enemies. Why do I have to kill 5 of these guys? Spit at me. Yeah, see, I'm gonna screw this up. And I'm gonna waste this on these guys. And I don't want to do that because I don't know that I have enough resonator. And I have enough resonator to get through here, but we'll scour this for a crate. What I've been noticing is that there's a handful of crates, or usually like 1 crate per location, and it can have some good stuff in it. That I will say. I have noticed that. I've gotten some, like, weapon mod blueprints. You find sometimes, like Transport Hub and a few other locations, you can find them, I'll say, in the wild, but a lot of times you can't. And so that was kind of cool to have that be an option and to find that stuff. So that was neat. Let's look for a crate. There should be a crate around here somewhere. Let's see what we can stumble across. All these zombies. Good part is supply events going on right now, which didn't get messed up. One of the few seasonal events that hasn't eaten just a pretty hard nerf, I would say. If you didn't catch my video, I ranted for like 20 minutes the other day. I recorded it just a little bit before this. Where is the crate? There should be a crate here, folks. Somewhere. This location's pretty big. Again, like, ambiance of this is neat. I like that they're throwing in some of these locations. A little bit of variety is cool. Again, not the biggest fan that you have to kind of like be going back to your base. You don't really need to do that, but if you don't bring a good selection of weapons, because you don't know what you're going to get beforehand. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's not a crate here. Like, holy crap. Where is this thing? I've probably walked by it like 5 times. Searching this very poorly, by the way. I didn't see it at all, though. Maybe there's not one here, I guess. I keep running through the ooze. Maybe it's up in the corner. Did I go up this way far enough? Okay, well, never mind. But I have found some good stuff. I can confirm. I have found a few good things. We'll take these. Okay, thank you. It's the same one. It's another resonator. Great. Do I need another resonator? How many is this? How many zombies is this? 5 more zombies? We'll try it here. Again, I don't really think you need to do this for the extra keys. I'm going to try to get a bunch of keys. We're going to also try to open some crates here after to get these other couple of tasks done. So let me know what you think, though. I want to know. I want to know, especially if you maybe played the old event. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I want your thoughts. Because I do think comparing it to the old one, I just don't feel like people played the old one, right? A lot of these changes are being sparked by the fact that some of those events are getting played. And that probably says all that you need to know about that, but at the same time, I want the events to be fun. I want this one to be worthwhile. I just don't think the reward track is really worth it unless you're going to do the premium thing. Now, I didn't talk about the crates. We'll talk about the crates here in a second. All right. I made it through this one with resonator, which is good. All All right, let's look to see, is there by chance a crate in this one? Out of here, toxic spitters. I hate you. Not as much. It's my shield wielding best friends. Okay, let's run through the middle. There might not be. That would really stink if that was the case for this level. I feel like I feel like every other one except for that one I've found. It's weird, because I have found crates at each of the other ones. Odd. Okay, yep, got some experience, sure. Another resonate. It's the same damn one. Whatever. Where is it now? It's right there. It's fine. I need to go and grab some energy cells. That's kind of dumb. That's kind of dumb. Maybe it's only at the locations that aren't. No, I found one in one of the northern areas too. I think spreading these events or spreading these things out is also a little bit of a drawback of this, in my opinion. Only for the fact that there's already so much, I'll say suck. There's already so much suck on resources, especially for fuel and some other things, that it would have been nice. Like, that's what I liked about the last system, was you could see all your tasks at once, and then you could plan a good route. Like, let's say you were gonna go, maybe you had one that was close to, I don't know, you wouldn't, because they would all be down here. But let's say you wanted to like go run and grab this. Maybe you had 2 headhunting events. You could go like knock all 3 of those out in a triangle and conserve a little bit of energy. I think that's mostly why I liked the old system, was just, again, that you could see them all at once. Think Forlorn Fair too, with like your daily tasks. You get a task, right, and then you can go, at least for stage 3, you can go and what do you call it, kind of just plan your route, you know, which was kind of nice. Okay, let's get this on, I guess. I don't really want to use that one. Use this one. I guess if you have a true friend, this is also a pretty good use for him, because they'll just do the damage for you. You could just probably sit there if you wanted to. True friend, coming in big again. As the do. Okay, this one's got one. But why don't the other ones have one? Maybe it, I don't know. Whatever. Speculation. But I'm hoping there's something decent in this. And I also haven't gotten any level 3s yet out of these tasks. So let's see, maybe this last one will be a level 3. Who knows? All right, what does this have to say? Interesting. Okay. Again, this is where I've noticed, like, some of this can be decent. Like, kind of interesting you get corn. The rest of this sucks. So I kind of just poo-pooed on myself right there with that comment, but I have gotten good stuff out of that. I promise. I do promise. Only noticed 1 crate per area, so I'm heading out of here. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. I like, you know, I try to give the benefit of the doubt when they change things up. See if it's going to be any good. Now this one's dumb because you need frost protection for this. This is a hard one though. Flare gun, and we have to kill 4 of these guys. I think it's right there. I don't know why they posted one all the way up here. Like, they could have just put them all in these locations and like right in here. That would have made this a little bit better. That'd be an adjustment I'd like to see. Just bring it down so it's not as much of an energy drain. I don't know. Maybe I'm just finding reasons to complain. That's probably what's happening, for being honest. Let's bring a couple of these. I just want it to be good, okay? That's it. Just want it to be good, man. I really do. Genuinely, I do. Genuinely, I want it to be good. I want the events to be fun, useful, reasonable, like, enjoyable to complete. You know? Like, is that so much to ask, game? Oh, I need frosty armor here. What else do I need? Gonna need the frosty armor. Just want them to be good, man. What I feel like a lot of the player base is at right now. I want them to be good, engaging, fun. It's gonna be a grind. That's the game, right? Like, the stuff is gonna be a grind. You're playing the wrong game if you didn't want a game that you could grind. But at the same time, the grind to be reasonable and somewhat enjoyable, right? Like, getting progression is cool. Like, being able to talked about this a lot. Being able to get and complete something that you've been working at, especially if it's something that takes a while, like your drone or your boat or the ATV, like, that's cool, right? There's like a sense of completion for that, which this game does very well. But you hope that the path to that is also somewhat enjoyable. And right now, I don't feel like that's maybe the case. See, here's a crate. I wonder what was up with those other 2 locations. I wasn't just missing it, was I? I don't think so, because usually it's by like some kind of debris or something like that, right? You got a little story added to it. That's cool. It's not great. Some of them are great. Some of them are pretty decent. That's what I'm gonna say. Just trust me, bro. Just trust me. Dude, why do these guys have... Look at this. Look at how much health they have. And they heal. Why? Why, bro? This right here, I don't understand. Like, if you're a newer player... How are you actually even... I'm not saying how are you beating this. If you're not using guns for this, though... If you're not using flares specifically... I have to kill 4 of these guys, by the way. And they don't light on fire. Anybody else notice that? Wow. 670 health. Brother. I can confidently say this. This is harder. This is way harder than the old ones. Oh, maybe they are lighting on fire. Yeah, I'm just not getting... Okay, well, I take back some of my sentiment. Some of my angry sentiment. And see, accidentally just doing that, and I lose. That's a bummer. What did I lose out on? 11 keys. I guess that's not terrible, but I still have to use this. That's not true. I could use regular fire weapons, other fire weapons. Just gonna run these guys around in circles. You are not beating this, though, without flares or fire weapons. That's the truth. Yeah, I guess that's my other issue is, like, this... I've always thought that this seasonal event should be a little bit... And this isn't a bad thing. This is my perspective, of course. These are my opinions. Purely my opinions. But I've always thought that there should be a variance of tasks. There should be a variance in the season. In the season, different season events that we have, with differing levels of difficulty, and by that, it should also have varying degrees of reward, right? You would assume a season event that's a little bit easier would reward you with maybe a little bit less, or not as useful, I will say. Not as useful rewards, and then one that's a little bit harder, more geared towards later game players, would give you some better rewards, right? I think, like, you see, like, the Commune Trials and a few of the other events, you could probably lump them into some categories like that. And I think that's reasonable. That right there, this whole headhunting, it's not headhunting, this whole, whatever this event was typically a little bit easier. It's a little bit on the easier scale. You could typically a lot of times do it with melee weapons and some other things. And it seems that we've gotten a little away from that with this, which, I don't know, maybe I'm just griping. Okay, I made it up to level 11. I'm going to take these just to get the keys. I don't know. That doesn't feel worth it to me, but who am I to say? Okay. Let's crack some crates. Now, this is where I do think this got better. I will admit this. These are better overall crates. Yes, is some of this like iron and stuff and like charcoal, like, is this great? No, it's not. This is cool. People really need tactical backpacks, so I like the opportunity for folks to get these. Corgi puppies are also extremely hard to get, ladies and gents. So having access to these, even if they're very rare, is pretty cool. I do like that they included PD cards here. Like, this is nice if you were able to get a couple lieutenant cards. You're replacing some of your weapons and some of your armor. You can save these up to trade up if you want for some BPs. So, like, that's not bad. This is okay. At least I look at these first 4 items, really all of the stuff that's not like BP cards and dogs and stuff. It's at least usable, right? Do you need it a ton if you've been grinding? No. If you're really far into the game, do you need that stuff? No, you don't. You really don't. But you probably don't even need most of this stuff either, besides maybe these 2 things. So take that for what it's worth. Having ration coupons is also kind of cool. So I don't mind this. I think this crate generally is better than what we had before, because the previous one, if you aren't familiar, it had a whole bunch of just useless, I call them barter items, but things like wires and stuff. You need them for upgrades, but they were bad. They were bad. These seem to be much, much better, so I'm happy with that. If you're able to get some of these specialty crates, some of these big ones, you have your weapon mods, which is cool. You have some better metals. I'm a fan of genomes. You need so many of these. Here's where you're able to pick up your EXBPs. I want drone blueprints, but look at this. This is a level 3 St. Bernard pup. That's pretty cool. And 1,000 genomes, not nothing. And then you look at even just the basic, you know, the blue stuff here. Everybody needs fuel. This should be like a stack of these, in my opinion, or 10. I don't know what, like 4 doesn't make sense to me. I would like to see this be like 2 of these, but this is okay. This is pretty good. I would say this is pretty good. But of course, you've got to get yourself the opportunity to get some of these, which is maybe a separate problem in and of itself. So, I can't open up 10 of these because I don't have 400. Well, that's a bummer. Do I try to go? Let's do one more task just so I don't have to waste everybody's time. And I don't really want to spend the coins on this, but let's refresh. DSS. That's going to give me 8. Is that enough? Dude, I'm literally 1 away. Can I refresh this? It's just going to keep giving me the same. Really? It just... Really? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a resonator. So now I need to do 2 tasks. Why wouldn't it rotate through the levels? Again, like, just does that make sense to anybody? Am I just crazy? Like, if I pay for it, yeah, cool. I don't want that task. I wanted a higher level task. Right? I don't know. Losing my mind here, folks. Maybe I got unlucky with those. I just spent the coins for no reason. So it's that. Where is this one? And then it's all the way up here. Why? Why are you putting it up here? Put it down here. Put it over here. Nobody wants to run up here for this. Single 1 difficulty level contract. You know what I mean? Like, why, bro? All right, then awkwardly I need to use something else to kill these guys because I need this for this one. Man. Oh, see here, this is what I was talking about. This is the good one I got. Oh, there's parasites here. That's not cool. Did I know that? Maybe I knew that. This is definitely... I've done this one before. Let's pop these guys. Let's go quick here. Yeah. Nope. I swear to you, I got a weapon mod blueprint from that one time. I really did. I mean that. It wasn't a good one. It was a basic one, but that's something, you know? That would make this event really cool if the rewards in the crates were like pretty sweet. You know? If you got, you know, you got some good stuff out of those, that'd be dope. Okay, cool. Let's run out of here. And I'm going to be 1 key short, which means we're going to spend another 60 coins. Why is it 60 coins? Why isn't it 20 coins? Yay. Resonator. Good thing I brought these. Alright, where's this at? See, like, it's just all over the place, man. Why is it like that? Why, you know? Why aren't they all just, like, bundled up in here? You know? You have to do so many. Let me know what you think. I really am curious. I if you can't tell, I'm becoming less and less of a fan of this event as I do it here, this last 20 minutes or so. So take that for what it's worth, I suppose. Oh, man. These guys have 400 health, which seems a little bit more reasonable. And they're slow as all get out. Which is fine. They don't hurt you that bad, which is nice. Let's try to dodge most of the basic zombies here. I don't want to be using these up if I don't have to. Run away. Oh, I still have my frosty armor on. Whoops. That's a blunder. My bad. I do, again, like that the doggos didn't ruin this. Out of here, toxic spitter, you idiot. Resonator's an interesting choice of weapon for this, by the way. It's done. Let's see. Maybe a crate doesn't spawn every time. I think it would. Should have been some kind of debris around here. That's usually what it's lined up with. Can we find it? I'm not seeing nothing, homies. Holy. Okay, well, that's a bummer. That would make this way better. Put some cool loot on the maps, you know? Some good stuff on the maps. I would enjoy that. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. Okay, we're back. Let's crack some crates. Let's do this. Let's see what we think about the crates. Let's see what our pull rates are for a decent stack of them, I guess. Any of you out there might have many more than I do. But let's take a look at them. Okay, now I can do a whole bunch of these. I can do a whole bunch of these. So that's nice. Let's open these up. I got 0. I got 0 rare items at all. Really? Hold up. Out of 10. Okay, no, that's not true. I just didn't get any of these. I got some medkits. I got some copper. I got a whole bunch of this stuff. But I didn't get any of these. Let's take a good look at this. Okay, I'm looking for this. Looking for those. All right, I can do this 3 times. Oh, Okay, I also don't like that. Don't make me come back in here if I have more to open. Okay, we got some carbon fiber. We got 2 150s. Oh, I was just clicking on the wrong thing. So we got some steel and some of this. So no EX yet. No extremely rares, but we did get some of the yellows. And I got 10 more. I opened 30 crates and didn't get a single rare, extremely rare. Well, I opened 40 crates between the normal, common, and the premium. It didn't get a single extremely rare. Yo, that seems pretty bad. Like, that's pretty terrible. If I would have gotten like one of these per 10, like this should be guaranteed one of these per 10. I opened 30 and didn't get a single one. Now, granted, there's only 2 here. So like I could see it being a little bit worse rate for the common ones. Just because there's less, you know what I mean? Like there's less. But these are supposed to be premium. I didn't see. This is a third of the items. It's more than a third of the items. And I didn't see a single one. Bro, yeah, this event's pretty dead to me. Okay, well. Anomaly season. It's an event in Last Day on Earth. That's some genomes, I guess. How many genomes do I have? Not very many. I have 1,500. We buy anything with our 1,500 genomes? Oh, we're really close. Close to a storage. I do want to pick these up. Those 2, a storage. Been neglecting the island region just a little bit in terms of the tasks. I do have the ore storage here that I was kind of interested to test out, but I think I'm probably going to grab one of the armor storages first. I don't think there's anything else in here. Obviously, there's some bench upgrades that we could get that would be really nice, but okay. Anomaly season. Let me know what you think. Sorry. It's no. Wait, I have to hear this guy out. Hang on. Maybe he has something to tell me. Maybe he has something to tell me. Is he telling me anything? Take. Cool. I got some more keys. Oh, do I have enough for a crate? I have 16. All right, I'm going to spend these. I'm going to open 3 more. And see if I get anything. Nope. Nope. And I can't even open this one. Why is it 40 keys? Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.